I'm here with David, and he's working on Life Goes On. Well, I guess you guys are already done with it, so you're showing off Life Goes On.
We are
so
showing off Life Goes On.
how well is it done? I mean, are you able to make another game, basically?
I don't know if we can make another game yet, but we're working on it.
All right.
We broke even, which is nice. So for us now, it's just kind of maximizing the value of the game and really getting it out in front of people. And if people like it, then yeah, I mean, we'd love to make another one and see what people think of that one too.
What gave you guys this morbid idea? That's actually one of the things I wanted to know, because there's like nothing else that you really try to kill yourself to finish things. But I mean, I guess where did it come from?
Sure, yeah. We started in the Global Game Jam in 2012. And the Global Game Jam every year has a theme, and the theme for the year was the Ouroboros, which is a symbol of the snake eating its own tail.
Oh, okay.
And we saw the theme, and we had no idea what it meant. We were like, do we make a game about snakes? I don't know. So we Wikipedia'd it, and it's a symbol of life and death and rebirth. And so we were trying to think of a game where you needed to die not only for fun, but for actually completing the game. And so we decided that a game with a bunch of knights where you can jump onto spikes and then jump on their heads to get across the other side. I think for us that was really a really compelling image, and it's something we really wanted to capitalize on. So in the first level of the prototype that we made, it's you immediately fell onto some spikes, and it was really popular and people liked it, and it gets the concept across right away because you immediately fall down again and land on your own head. And so we kept that, and yeah, it's been going really well.
Yeah. So how long did it take for you guys to get through the whole development process of the thing?
Sure. So it took us about 2 years. We started in January 2012, and we released on April 18th of this year.
Yeah.
For us, it was a really iterative process. Because it was a jam game. We started just kind of making our prototype, and people really liked the prototype, and they were like, "Hey, you should make a demo." And we're like, "Yeah, let's make a demo." So we made a demo, and people really liked it, and they're like, "Hey, this is really awesome. You should keep going." And we're like, "Okay, well, what's after that?" Well, we'll make a vertical slice showing what the game could be.
Yeah.
And so we made the vertical slice, and we started putting it out there, and people liked it, and we started submitting it to festivals and awards. And so last year we won the Intel Level Up Award. And we didn't quite make the PAX 10. We came close. We didn't quite make it in last year, but it was really positive. People had really positive things to say about it. So we came to PAX last year. We showed it off, and people liked it, and that really encouraged us. And so we just kind of kept on going from there. And yeah, and then we turned it into a full game. And for the past, from about August to April, it was like a mad blitz trying to get everything done. So.
Well, I mean, you finally did make it into the PAX 10 this year. So.
We did. Sometimes I think they just took pity on us because they were like, they didn't quite make it last year, but they finished, so we'll just let them in.
Well, you guys' booth has been busy.
Thank you, yeah.
Have you guys seen any spike in sales this weekend?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's a couple of reasons for that. So the first reason is just this past Wednesday we released a new localized version for Japanese. And because of that, we've seen some sales increase in Japan. They seem to really like the game. We've also put the game up for sale on Steam. So until I think Thursday next week, it's 25% off, so you can pick it up for under $10.
Yeah.
And so that always drives a little bit of traffic. But as well, we're also in the PAX 10 Humble Flash Bundle this year.
Yeah.
And so we've gotten to see everybody is really excited about the bundle and getting pretty pumped about it. And so they're all just kind of jumping on, and we're watching the numbers. Any chance we get, we're on the show floor. We go for our lunch break, pull out our phone. We're like, oh, what's the numbers at? How many people have bought the bundle? And so. We've definitely seen a spike over the past week from being in PAX, from being in the PAX 10, being on sale, being in the Humble Bundle. I think, people are excited to get to play the game, and they really want to. So.
I know. When I picked it up, I saw it last year, but we didn't have any camera left. My battery died in the middle of it, and I didn't have another one on me, so...
Did you learn this year? Did you bring a second battery with you?
Well, I charged it,
okay.
We're all good instead of running
good.
out.
Yeah.
That was my problem. I filmed the second day, and then the third day, I'm like, oh no, I have a blinking battery. What was I going to say? How did you guys choose what to keep and what adding this little name bar at the bottom is like a cool little touch. I mean, how do you guys go through like a development process of like what do we want to add versus what can we add kind of situation?
I like to say that the game is just a massive in-joke between me and my team because whenever we're like pitching new features or we're talking about stuff that we'd like to see or like, like little polish touches in the game, the question we always ask ourselves is like, is this funny?
Yeah.
And so we thought it was really funny to have like a scribe who's like writing out everybody's name, and then when they die, he just like scratches them off. It's like, there's another one. He keeps writing. And so if you actually die before he finishes writing your name, he'll like stop like mid-letter and just cross it out and start again. And if you just kill them over and over again, he doesn't even bother writing. He just like keeps scratching. He's like, I need to keep track of this, but come on, man. So, so I think for us, whenever we're talking about new features and whenever we're talking about, what we think might be interesting, it always comes back to, do we think it's funny? Because if we think it's funny, then chances are at least one other person in the world will. I don't know if it's like everybody thinks it's funny, but a lot of people do. So
I always like this game, and Rogue Legacy is like that, where you get like the little names and they're just hilarious.
Yeah, totally. We thought it'd be like hilarious to have these super like complex names, like Marquis Hugh Lafleur, the second son of Jim, and then he is unceremoniously like thrown into fire,
or electrocuted.
Or electrocuted, or like just like dies on a saw or something like that. So we thought it was really funny, and so that's how that made it in the game. And I think pretty much everything else in the game is the same way. So another example would be like the fire effect. So when you hit a flamethrower, you like freeze and turn black, and then you like burn from the bottom up, and then you like turn to ash, and it just like falls down. And we were like thinking about the Looney Tunes and how it was so funny whenever they did that, and we were like, can we do that? And so we did, and people like it, and the sound effect is awesome for it. I did the majority of the sound effects, but that one was done by a contractor of ours, Kevin Greenlee, who made all the music too, which is stellar.
Oh, okay.
But he helped out with some of the sound effects near the end.
Well, it was really funny because she was like, "Oh, it's so cute and it's so dark," and I was like, "I know." Was that like a conscious decision? Is
Absolutely.
To like juxtapose the two?
Absolutely. I mean, we're potentially dealing with some pretty serious subject matter. We don't want to endorse suicide. We don't want to make people think it's positive. But the game mechanic was something that really, really stuck out to us, and it was something that we really wanted to capitalize on. And so we figured we'd go the complete opposite of pushing the envelope. So, it's really cartoony. They have these big heads. They don't even have like elbows or knees. They're just like empty suits of armor. There's no blood. There's no gore. And so we did that to try and like kind of take back the fact that you're potentially doing an act that isn't socially acceptable. But at the same time, we think it's really funny, and people they laugh and they have fun, and so we wanted to make sure that people kept having fun. So the cartoon nature of the game was a conscious decision that we made, and I think it's something that's been very positive because people like it. They think it's really cute. They think it's really interesting, and it makes them want to keep playing.
Oh, speaking of that, like you don't want to offend anybody or anything like that. Has the community been like really supportive, or have there been a lot of people like, oh my God, you're promoting suicide, you need to stop?
So the community
place.
has been really supportive. They've been, I think people understand that this is a game and it's something. It's meant for fun. It's supposed to entertain you. It's supposed to make you laugh, and the community has been really supportive. And, it's been, we've gotten emails from people being like, I love what you're doing. Please keep, thank you. Please keep going. Like, I think that, you've done a really good job. And the community's been really supportive. And I think people, understand what we're trying to do and that we're just trying to make something fun and entertaining. I mean, there have been questions asked. One of the first questions that was asked of us when we started showing the game off was, do you condone suicide? And it was like questions I was not expecting to get when I started the project. And the answer is no. No,
obviously.
we do not. So if you are feeling suicidal, please seek mental help with the nearest suicide hotline.
Yeah. It's interesting. a lot of people are so sensitive to that now. I don't know. I guess when I was a kid, if I was a kid, I'd never even think about it, But a lot of people now are in their 30s and they're like, "What are games saying about our lifestyle?" And stuff,
I guess,
yeah. I guess I understand. What else? Are you guys gonna come out with like any of the like expansion kind of stuff, or?
So we're looking at moving to additional platforms right now, and as part of that process, we're also going to be looking into releasing some expansion content as well. Yeah.
Cool. I mean, are you guys thinking about doing any like exclusive stuff, like the Xbox is gonna get this or that?
No, I think we'd probably do feature parity across releases. No, because I mean, like we're already on 3 different platforms, right? We're on Windows, we're on Mac, we're on Linux. So we're already supporting multiple platforms, and I think like having to try to deal with exclusive content on top of supporting potentially like 5 to 6 different platforms would just be very hectic and hard to manage. So
yeah, I agree. Well, that's like, I hate it when they do that. I hate it when it's like you have to buy 3 different versions to get the actual complete game.
Yeah.
It's like, but man, anything else you want to add about it, or?
I just want to say thanks to everybody for being so supportive. We wouldn't have gotten nearly as far as we have. People hadn't been supportive and be like, you should keep going, keep making the game, it's a lot of fun. We wouldn't have gotten into the PAX 10 if people hadn't been like, believed in us and thought we could go farther. So I just want to say thanks to everybody who's given us support and who and to all of our future players who will pick up the game as well.
Yeah, I will pimp this game. I love it. I loved playing through this game. I sat down and basically played it all in one sitting.
That's awesome. Well, thank you very much.
I just kept playing. I'm like, one more level. It's not that much. She's like, let's go.
Like, no, it's cool. Just one more.
Yeah, just one more. No problem. But yeah, thanks for talking with us.
Awesome. Thanks so much, man.
I hope this game does awesome. Now that you guys are on the gravy side of it.
Yeah, well, hopefully.
Hopefully. Well, I mean, at least now you broke even.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
You're good. Yeah.